I know literally one or two things about football. I might just sit this one out.
We didn't have to talk about football. I don't know why he dictated
Okay,
the
I'm not
topic.
talking about
Oh, he
football.
wants to talk about football.
What do you mean?
But also, Nathan, this is going to come out like much later.
How much later?
Let me pull up the calendar
Why are you double booking me if you what?
because I got things going on. Like I'm going to work nights. It's going to be tough to squeeze in stuff. That's why we're doing it. This one's going to come out on the 12th. The
No,
football
that's
one.
fine. That's fine.
January? Yeah, you're good.
I'm just letting you know. Like we'll know who's in the playoffs and things like that.
Well, yeah, we'll do a playoff preview anyway.
Okay. Okay.
No. Start it with, wow, it's incredible that Browns made it to the playoffs. Actually, the Browns are decent now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Shit, fuck. Damn
No,
it.
the Browns hope I pray to God they do make it to the playoffs.
Well, and open with that.
Yeah.
The Browns are in the playoffs. This is pre-recorded, but I'm precognitive.
This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
Go Bills. Okay.
And yep. Huh?
Huh?
Anyone else?
Oh, yeah, sure. Tim's here as well.
Yeah, Tim's going to provide. Tim is kind of our lead
no,
analyst. Is that correct? So why don't you? Yeah. So right. So Tim, why don't you start us off?
Well, so
I think you were. Yeah. Go ahead.
this is pre-recorded, but I'm precognitive. So the Browns have made it to the playoffs.
Good.
Scroll down for
Yeah.
me, just to the bottom, just to the lowest it'll go.
Oh.
So have the Giants also.
Ooh.
They've made it to the playoffs.
Spicy take.
I know. It's crazy. Isn't that nuts how we are now living on January the 12th and
So okay,
the
here's
Giants are in the
interesting.
playoffs?
So their division winners all make it to the playoffs, and then there are wild card teams, right?
Sure.
So if you notice in the AFC, there's only one team that's out of it that has a chance to
Sure.
go, but there's three. The Cardinals are the only team actually vying for a wild card spot.
Okay.
The NFC East is so fucking awful that right now the best team in the NFC East is 6-9.
That's the sex number.
That is the sex number. The Cowboys and the Giants are also in that division, and they are the sex number again, and then 5-10.
Jesus.
So here's how it works. The path for the Giants to make it are the Washington loses next week, and then the Cowboys and Giants actually play each other. So if Washington loses, they're out, and then the winner of the Cowboys Giants game goes.
Oh, shit.
But if Washington just wins, then they win.
The Jags didn't make it. Damn.
They just missed out. That's correct.
Fuck.
I don't know how funny
I'm
you're
a
trying to
big
be.
Jags fan, Nathan.
So they have actually clinched the worst record in football, and they will get the first overall draft pick in the next draft.
That's a win.
Yeah, it is. Well, the reason why it's a win is because they're going to draft this guy named Trevor Lawrence, who is a top 3 quarterback prospect of literally all
Probably.
time.
Yeah.
It's like Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should actually become a Jags fan next season.
No, just be a Falcons fan.
I don't know if you want to be a Falcons fan. They're kind of a mess.
Okay, here's an interesting question I have for you, Daniel. So, okay, you just heard me mention top 3 QB prospects of all time. If you notice, the only 2 that have been drafted so far have gone to the Colts. Now, say what you will about Irsay, but I mean, okay, he's not great, but he's not terrible either. And, I mean, they had some good – he won a Super Bowl with Peyton, right? And Luck, his health ended up going downhill. You can blame Irsay for not getting a better O-line. But, you know, they had that crazy game against the Chiefs. Like, good enough things happened eventually. What's going to happen? Like, I feel like maybe it's easier to bust one of these top QB prospects with, like, a bad organization than we think because we've never had a prospect this good who hasn't gone to Irsay and the Colts.
Well, also, the Colts kind of accidental their way into both of them, right?
Have the Jags not accidental their way here?
Huh?
Like, dude, this is a huge accident. Like, the Jets were supposed to... Like,
No. Yeah, but what I mean is, like, the Colts weren't... Like, Peyton Manning stayed an extra year in college, right? And then with Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning got hurt, and they didn't think they needed to, like, they didn't think they were going to get eat. Like, it wasn't like we've known that Trevor Lawrence is going to come out this year. I mean, he probably will. He's kind of teased that he won't, but
Probably.
yeah. Yeah, I guess the Jaguars kind of acted on their way too. But I mean, the Dolphins kind of did that last year. I don't know. What was your question? How is it going to be if they're not with the Colts?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we don't know how a top QB prospect performs in an organization that is not the Colts, because Luck and
It's not really
Manning
about the
have both
Colts.
gone there. So is it really easy to, like, mess up having a top QB prospect?
It is, because situation matters, right? Like, look at players like Josh Rosen or Sam Darnold, and look at
No.
Patrick
Stop.
Mahomes.
We're not talking about the same thing, okay? Let me make it very, very clear.
Okay.
Josh Rosen is not Trevor Lawrence, dude.
He was, but
Those are
I
galaxies
understand.
apart.
But I'm just trying to use, but I'm trying to use examples of things that we do have. We obviously don't have another example outside
I
of.
know, and that's why it's an interesting thought experiment, because you can't use.
I'm just saying highly drafted quarterbacks in general are clearly dependent on situation and like scheme and things like that. You know, if we knew that Lamar Jackson would be put in that kind of scheme, or even Patrick Mahomes, you know, if we knew that the situation would be like that, they would have been drafted first, wouldn't they have?
I don't know.
Knowing what we know now, like how to, like, because that, right? If you go back and look at those two drafts, right? There were two different drafts. Yeah.
I think the thing with that, though, and what's different and why Mahomes wasn't like a top QB prospect of all time, despite, you know, potentially looking like he's going to be by far the best quarterback of all time, is that, like, I don't know, just like the true like mechanics and game understanding of these guys out of college is like, these are not project guys, right? Like, Peyton Manning was going to be good kind of no matter where he went. So was Andrew Luck. Or at least
But was he? That's the question.
been the operating assumption so far. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying this will be an interesting situation where maybe we put a question mark to that a little more.
Like, do you think Andrew Luck would have been more or less successful with Tim's favorite team, the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Jacksonville is a town full of winners.
I mean, I don't know. They made it to the AFC Championship game with the boat, so.
I think situation does matter, but the Colts have been.
It's not irrelevant, but the point is, you know, is Lawrence going to turn Jacksonville into like a perennial playoff contender in like 3 years?
I don't know. Is like Joe Burrow a good example?
No.
Why not? He set every record ever last year, right? And he basically kind of turned into that can't miss prospect, didn't he?
No.
You don't think so?
This is not like an annual thing. I hate when people use the term like generational, but like, you know, literally, I'm talking about the top 3 guys of all time. That's why
I know, but I'm just saying, in terms of hype.
No, I'm not talking about in terms of hype though. I'm talking about like.
Yeah, you are.
Scouting reports, like on paper, like.
Yeah,
these are the
scouting
top.
is notoriously bad.
All right. Well, if you're gonna disagree with the premise, then I can't.
I know. I'm busting your buzz a little bit.
Mathematical hype is what you're talking about.
I'm just trying to. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I just don't think there's an answer. That's why I'm trying to bring up other things.
No, there isn't an answer, but that's why I was like, wouldn't it be interesting to hear what you had to say about it?
The problem is, like, and you're saying that it's just Luck Manning, but like, I feel like there's more quarterbacks that have come out that rival that. I mean, not recently. I think like Joe Burrow got pretty close to that. And like, he's obviously not in a great situation right now. I mean, he's hurt, but yeah, when he was playing.
Yeah, having your ACL torn is not a great situation.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, the team is a bit. I mean, his offensive line, you know, paralleling Andrew Luck, right? His offensive line Bengals' offensive line is a mess. They're last in like every category.
Yeah.
And Jonah.
Maybe they'll draft Panay.
Well, Jonah Williams got hurt again, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Every year I'm thinking like, oh, maybe the Bengals will really. Shit goes down like that.
Yeah.
Did you watch Bills Patriots?
I did not. That's past my bedtime. It actually is. I went to sleep at like 8:15, like right when the game started.
All right, well,
I know what happened. Yeah.
dude, the Bills look unbelievable, dude. I just have to say, like, I don't think anyone who says like, oh, like the Chiefs have to win this year, like, dude, they're just not watching football. Like, uh, I'm not going to say that the Chiefs aren't the best team in the league, but dude, I really hope it's Bills Chiefs AFC Championship game. And I mean, we just look so much better, especially on defense, than when we played them the first time. And that kind of like unstoppable like feel that you get when you were watching like Mahomes and like everybody on that offense like 2 years ago. Our offense is really clicking like that, and our defense looks better than the Chiefs' defense ever did. And I mean, yeah, I mean, holy shit. I'm just really excited, man. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, but
I don't
obviously
think
I
any-
talked
I
for
don't-
like 2 seconds and I did. So.
Well, I am precognitive. I'm also even further precognitive. The Bills did win, by the way.
Okay,
You
thanks.
should put a lot of money on that.
I mean, I know there's random things happen every year, but I just don't see any other team going to the AFC Championship.
Oh, like you think it's gonna be Bills Chiefs?
Yeah, how can it not be?
I agree.
I mean,
the AFC has some good teams though. I feel really confident in the ability for the Bills and Chiefs to beat any of those. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who else?
I don't know. Like the Ravens have a really high ceiling.
The Ravens have looked better. They played against a bunch of bad teams, which kind of helped them figure out what's going on.
But you get into a groove. Also, I think the Titans could always show up. I mean, their defenses looked really, really bad, and like Derrick Henry didn't have a good game.
Their defense is a mess, and also Ryan Tannehill was bad in the snow. So if he's going up to Buffalo, just saying.
I mean, the only way we play the Titans is if the Steelers lose.
Yeah, I don't think the Steelers are gonna. Oh, I don't know.
Because right now the Steelers would play the Ravens, who are like today. So that's a toss-up, I think.
Did you see what happened with the Steelers this past week?
You mean against the Colts?
Yeah, I mean like what came out afterward.
Mm,
I'm trying to pull it up.
I don't know.
It's gonna.
Are you talking about the grapes wine quote?
What? Oh, no, but kind of. No, so basically what happened was, like the Steelers offense just all of a sudden turned on in the second half, right?
Yes.
So apparently the Colts pre-snap were just calling out the plays, right? Randy Fichtner is the offensive coordinator, because they were so predictable and bad. Like they were calling it out like at the line.
Yeah.
And so basically in the second half, Ben just Roethlisberger was calling his own plays. It's like doing whatever he wanted. And that's why, the script kind of flipped.
Good.
Kind of funny. It's like, what?
I mean, there's so many quarterbacks, like, how do I put it? Rodgers is like the super example, but also like Brady, I think is another good example where it's like, just let the quarterback like run the offense. Because even if it's not the best thing on paper, they're the one who has to make it all, they have to make the machine churn. So let them do the thing that's most comfortable for them, and that's how you're going to get the most out of the offense, right?
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. It's like Fichtner's been bad. I guess they're kind of what they're kind of getting at is they're blaming him for the downturn from the Steelers, but they've been kind of. Well, Roethlisberger has not looked good this year.
Sometimes he's looked great. It's been weird. But in
He's
recent
not good
weeks,
at-
overall, he hasn't looked good, I agree.
With the exception of the second half of the Colts game, he hasn't been able to throw the ball farther than like 10 yards.
No, he has been. I just really don't think they're giving him the opportunity. And I think it's for like a longevity. I think it's almost like load management, if you will. They just don't want him sitting in the pocket for a long time and taking hits. That's why he's like getting the ball out in under 2 seconds all the time.
He's getting the
If you're
ball
getting
out.
the ball out in under 2 seconds, you can't throw it far. Your receivers aren't downfield yet.
I'm gonna try to find his splits, but I'm pretty sure like even on deep passes, he's just not hitting them. I mean, he's also got like the worst drop rate in the league, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
because Deontay
I mean, Yeah, DeAndre Johnson.
But then again, Deontay had that 39-yarder, and like that was a
Yeah.
like I know with some of these guys, even if their like overall downfield percentage is pretty bad, you know that's not good. The numbers indicate something there, but to say that they don't have it at all is always wrong because even like Breeze sometimes, these guys are just dropping it in the bucket like 50 yards downfield, and it's like, oh yeah, they are one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I guess they can do that still.
How am I not getting not down in distance? Wow. I am not getting
I feel like, okay, of all the teams in the playoffs right now, Dolphins, Bears, NFC East,
Battlestar Galactica.
those are all like my true fraud team. Maybe throw Browns in there.
sorry, can you say those again? Sorry, I was looking at something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bears.
Yeah. Dolphins, Bears, NFC East, Browns.
Battlestar Galactica.
Browns, yeah. Well, actually, let's get Tim. So, Tim, who is making it in the NFC?
Okay.
Right, since you're clairvoyant. Go ahead.
These four on this side of the screen have, of course, clinched.
Correct.
So I need to select three more.
Well, yeah, and this is the NFC East winner, so it has to
Right.
be. But we already know that's the Giants.
Right. It's the Giants.
Right.
It's the Giants. So
we're choosing two of these three.
two of those three, and of course, with my precognitive knowledge, it's Rams Bears.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Giants Rams Bears. Battlestar Galactica. Yeah.
But I think
Washington
you might have been
really dropped
asking
the ball.
who's going to make the Super Bowl from this half of the screen.
from that.
No, it was everything. No, you got it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, do you want?
Yeah.
I feel like
I'd
maybe
love
I
to.
should hold on to this and take my money to Vegas, start betting.
Wait, dude, I'll just here. Let's make the bet right now.
Okay.
No, again, the podcast comes out after. Oh, for the Super Bowl, yeah, that's.
We're betting right now on some betting system.
Okay.
I will Venmo you however much money we bet.
Okay. Wait, I gotta change it to futures.
Futures, yeah.
Super Bowl 55 winner.
Super Bowl 55.
Okay, and we got some odds.
So I love the big number next to New York Giants. That's a great number. That means that if I give you $1 right now, you're going to give me $25,000
So
when
okay,
they
yeah.
win.
Fun fact: the odds for the New York Giants to win the Super Bowl is plus 25,000. And just to clarify what that means in betting terms, that means if you bet $1 on the New York Giants to win the Super Bowl, you will lose $1.
So, with my precognitive knowledge, it's weird because I know who the winner is, but I don't. The Jaguars here.
That's strange. The website must be broken.
It's got reload the page for me if you don't mind.
Yeah, try your best.
And he's not doing it because he thinks I'm kidding. Go ahead and hit that F5 button.
Yeah.
Now right click and go to inspect element.
Oh, dude, that's Control I, bro.
Oh, is it?
Wait, I thought it was.
It looks like you've lied to me.
Oh no. I always make it come up on accident, and I don't know what it is.
Well, you get a cat. I'll do it.
Who should I bet on for the Super Bowl?
Are you not just gonna? I mean, I assume you would bet Bills,
Okay, I'll bet on the
isn't-
Bills.
Yeah.
Bet
right?
$3.
Okay.
All right, it's in.
Put me
I
down.
just assume that's what you would bet.
What's up?
That's right. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just.
Put me down for the Ravens.
I mean, dude, I don't have that much money.
That's true. That's true.
What you want to bet?
$5. Where's my phone?
This is a lot of money that you're giving up.
Well, it's $5.
For 65.
And
That's
of course,
$5 you could have spent. That's
I
$5.
know that the Jaguars win, so it is just $5 that I'm losing.
That's $5 you could have spent on a crowbar for your car.
But think about it now when the Ravens win the Super Bowl.
I
you
can
can get a
buy
$65.
I can buy
crowbar.
13 crow. Oh,
Okay, but to get back to real talk. I think the only team from the NFC that could win, I don't know if that means they make it or not, but the Packers. Like,
I mean, I could see the Saints if they
no,
could figure out if they could
you
figure
can
it
see
out.
the Saints. What? Put your glasses on, bro. Like,
I know I don't have my glasses on, but didn't the oh no, that was the Bucks that destroyed the Packers, right? Yeah. If the Buccaneers play the right teams, they could also. I don't know because they're going to play the Giants, right?
What?
They're basically the Buccaneers are locked in.
Oh, yeah.
Wild card
Good
seed.
point. So that's a free win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they've already made it to the divisional round.
The Giants get a lot further than you might.
And then they would play the Packers, and they, right?
I
No.
don't. Aaron Rodgers doesn't lose that game again.
Depends. Yeah, it would be in Green Bay. Yeah, I guess. Well, they wouldn't necessarily play the Packers. It depends on who wins the other games. But I don't know. If the Buccaneers have to play the Saints, then they're out, right? Because for some reason the Buccaneers always lose to the Saints.
Yeah, I think the Saints defense just has that matchup.
That's just how they match up, and that's why I'm saying that similarly. I think the Bucks defense matches up well with the Packers because the Bucks are just play like it's just all linebackers, right, and like lockdown corners. Well, I don't know if Carlton Davis will be back, but I think he's just on the COVID list, right? It's not an injury.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, they match up really well against like that LaFleur offense, which I guess is really just a Shanahan offense. But they're not going to bite on the play action and the sweeps and the things like that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like the Saints and the Bucks, depending on how they get there, could make it out. But the Packers is the safe bet for the Tims of the world.
Well, what I'm saying though is,
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
regardless of who makes it out of the NFC, what I'm saying is, unless it's the Packers, I think the AFC is going to win the Super
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Bowl. I think
It'd be nice.
what I'm saying is the Packers are the only NFC team that I could imagine winning.
I guess I'm just saying it'd be nice if the Saints could actually finally win. You know.
What do you mean? They've won with Breeze.
I mean, obviously they won with Breeze, but like they've gotten so close the past few years, and Breeze is probably done, right? There's no way he can come back. He'll be in the boot, huh?
Too many Atlanta people are going to listen to this, and they're going to be like, "Fuck you!" Like, dude, no one wants to see the Saints succeed.
I know. I'm just saying, like he's probably done, right? He's gonna be in the booth with Mike Tirico next year.
Right.
I don't know. It's just like this is it. This is their chance. Because I don't think. I mean, I know they're saying they're going to start Taysom Hill next year, but that's not going to happen.
I mean,
I think we have enough evidence that it's not going to happen.
Breeze doesn't even have ribs anymore. How is he going to win a Super Bowl?
I mean, we've seen this before, you know, like, I'm not saying they're on the same level, but like the Broncos carried Peyton Manning, you know, the Ravens carried Flacco. Like, you can kind of do that. I think he's better than
the Saints
those.
defense is not a historic defense, right?
They're not historic, but they're pretty good, and their special teams is also like top in the league, and I think Peyton does a good job of, I mean, Alvin Kamara, we don't have to say anything else about him. Michael Thomas will be back too, so like you can kind of, God, I know the Saints kind of like, mediocre, I guess.
I think Drew Brees and Michael Thomas don't like each other.
Against the Chiefs? Yeah. You really think that? They're both, well, I guess, yeah. Michael Thomas is stuck there
Mm-hmm.
for like 3 years, probably, I think. I don't know.
I mean, they're a match made in heaven, slant boy and slant thrower. But I mean,
On the field, yeah.
I don't think I think they don't want to be who they are. And so they're now projecting their match on what, you know what I mean? It's like,
They're just like hormonal teenagers, that's what you're saying?
no, Michael Thomas doesn't want to be slant boy. So,
Yeah, I know.
But now he has to escape the slant thrower in Breeze. Do you see where the disdain builds there?
Yeah, what does he want? James Winston?
I mean, I want to see Jameis Winston play.
Why would they let Winston anywhere near the field in the playoffs?
This is badass. All
Okay,
right, well,
anyway, is that
I
all we want
think
to cover?
Bills AFC Championship game for sure. I think if it's not the Packers out of NFC, then there's no chance. Bills Packers Super Bowl would be my dream. I think that'd be awesome. And then
Bills,
if the
Packers.
Bills managed to win, I think they truly earned it. Speaking of those teams going against each other, can someone explain to me why Aaron Rodgers is like seemingly the shoo-in now for the MVP and Josh Allen isn't really in the discussion? I don't really understand.
Aaron Rodgers is beating him in nearly every statistical category. Next
Yeah.
question.
Uh,
Next question.
so, okay, some things are inflated over others, like, passing touchdowns. Okay, that's a pretty big differential, I guess. But how about rushing touchdowns to make up for it? Now, if we look at total touchdowns, things are way better. Okay, here's a fun fact. Which franchise has more wins against winning teams this season? Is it A, the New York Jets, or B, the Green Bay Packers?
Are wins considered a quarterback stat? Because I don't necessarily.
What about wins against teams over 500?
That's lumped into wins. I don't know that wins is really a quarterback stat.
That's insane. Absolutely. Dude, record is one of the biggest things in MVP voting.
In MVP, I get, okay, are we talking about, who the Associated Press will vote or who?
Where did you go? We've been talking about the MVP this whole time.
No, I know. I'm saying who should be MVP versus who will be is what differentiating.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I don't think they should look at wins, because if you look at wins, then it's Patrick Mahomes.
Well, not purely wins, but you take that into a factor. Like, dude,
I don't think it should be, is what I'm saying. Like,
the quarterback of a 6-10 team is never going to win MVP.
Yeah, I understand, like, Deshaun Watson, like, for example, would have no chance this year.
Right.
But
that being said, you don't have to have the best record in the league to win MVP, but you need to have a good record.
I don't think you should need to have a good. Often it correlates, obviously, but for some, like, we're saying this, but like some voters will look at it and be like, "Well, Mahomes has more wins than Rodgers, so I'm voting for him."
Yeah, I think that's too much. I think you
That's
do.
what I'm saying.
How about you have to make the playoffs? I think that's fair.
Okay, I mean, sure. Anyway, what were we getting at with? Jets and Packers, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you're phrasing it so that the Jets would be the answer.
correct.
Who would the Packers beat?
Uh,
Let's see. I got the schedule up here. Yeah, Vikings, Lions. Did they beat the Saints, Packers, Texans, 49ers, Jaguars, Bears, Eagles, Lions, Panthers, Titans. Yeah, so it's just the Titans and the Saints? Not the Saints. The Saints.
yeah. Who have they lost to? Bucks?
Lost to Bucks, Vikings. They lost that close
Oh,
one.
yeah.
And Colts. That's right.
Yeah.
They're definitely not perfect, but
I mean, the Bills' only losses are to, like, Chiefs, Titans, who are going to both be division winners, and then Cardinals, who are over 500, and, it was on the Hail Mary. So, not that
Yeah, but,
excuses it or anything, but I'm just saying.
yeah. Take out the Hail Mary thing, but like the Titans and the Chiefs are the teams they need to
It's
beat.
relevant, dude. Like, they played better football for them for 59 minutes and 59 seconds.
It's not a team award. It's Allen versus Rodgers.
Yeah.
To be fair, Rodgers has a better offense too.
Maybe.
No, they do. Like the Packers have the best offensive line in football, and it's like not even close. Bills are good, but like there's a big gap between Packers and everyone else.
Yeah, Bills pass blocking is actually very, very good.
They're fourth in pass block win rate. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, the Packers.
He gets no help from his run game.
Right. But we also
Packers.
don't really ask for it because we never run the ball.
You never run the ball. I think you're first in like passing over expectations. So like you pass it more often than anyone else in like neutral situations, things like that. Like in early downs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. And
You're the pass happy. It's the pass happy. It doesn't necessarily mean so. Yeah,
There you go. No problem.
yeah,
I'm just
early
saying,
downs.
I think it should be closer. And also, I think what's interesting, if the Bears, by some fucking miracle, beat the Packers next week,
They do.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Tim.
And the Packers don't get the 1 seed, and the Bills win, and they have a
No.
better record than the Packers, I think it's in play. I think Josh Allen MVP's in play.
Aren't the Packers locked into the 1 seed?
No.
I thought they were.
Well, you're wrong. I don't know what to tell you, but
Do they have? Oh no, but they have the tiebreaker over the Saints.
nope. If there's a 3-way tie,
Oh, you're right, because the Seahawks.
yeah, that's it. Yep.
I was just like, who are the Seahawks playing? They're playing the 49ers, but they're gonna win.
Well, I mean, apparently the Packers lose to the Bears, so I mean, who fucking knows, dude? Like anything can happen.
I don't even know if the Saints win. I think the Saints just call it quits.
They're playing for who did the Saints play last week?
They beat the Vikings.
No, I mean the last week. Panthers?
Oh, Panthers, yeah.
I don't know. Petty revenge game.
Teddy revenge game. He's already had his Teddy revenge game.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Last thing. Well, like not the last point, but like the last like football category. Because I realized, dude, we've never really talked about fantasy on the podcast.
Okay. What do you want to talk about with fantasy?
Well, first off, I want to talk about how I won my league again this.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of Tim's money did you win?
Well, none. He's not in the league, but
Oh, okay.
see, here's the important thing. I did win some money. It's whatever. This league is one of those leagues where it's more important than the money. Like, I just want to be able to like shit talk everybody. I'm fucking better than you. Whenever like it's a bunch of high school buddies, so whenever we like come back and meet up, you know what I mean? It's
Drop deck.
yeah. It's just like, hey, you remember how you're a fucking loser and I'm awesome? That kind of thing.
How long are you allowed to brag about fantasy sports?
Decades.
I mean, dude, I've won 3 out of 4 years now, so I mean that's not going away anytime soon. Like,
Okay, no, I'm just asking.
There are
You
going to
know,
be trivia questions in 40 years from now asking who was it who won 3 out of 4 coming out of.
Mhm.
Asked that, of course, Rose's Pizza, where we did play
Right.
a lot of trivia.
They don't do trivia anymore.
What?
Yeah, it ended like a while ago. Fuck, that's really sad. But so yeah, my first 2 picks were Saquon and Joe Mixon.
Ooh,
No problem.
Yeah.
We fight through it. I was saved by Mahomes in the 3rd, and then I got Diggs in the 6th. I got Mandrews in the 5th, and then Deontay Johnson in the 9th.
you drafted Mahomes?
Yeah, actually, fun fact. For the past 3 seasons, which is the number of seasons that Mahomes has started at quarterback, the team that had Patrick Mahomes won the league.
Okay, you really think that's a predictive trend?
I mean, it's 3 for 3. The difficult thing about football in general, because there's only quote unquote 16 games, and fantasy football also, is that, dude, the sample size is not big. Like, we're not going off a lot.
Yeah.
So even if you do that trick where like you add like a positive and a negative to make up for like the like sample size being too small, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but that's still like 80%. You know, so 3 years in a row is significant.
Okay, then. Sure.
I'm just saying it worked. Like, okay, I took Mahomes' 29th pick overall. Is that ridiculous?
I mean, I wouldn't have drafted a quarterback then. You probably could have had Allen like 5 rounds later.
Okay, I could have, but here's the thing. I know what I'm getting with Mahomes. Like, I already know. There's no question mark. They're not going to let him get injured. Like the
Well, he
Chiefs,
got injured last year.
the league isn't going to let him get injured. No one's letting Mahomes get
He
injured.
got injured last year.
Yeah, for 2 games. I agree.
Still, that could make a difference.
Well, then they got scared, and they're not going to, like, dude, they don't even, dude, seriously, they don't run him up the middle on 4th and 1s anymore.
I haven't studied their QB sneak trends.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback in fantasy. But I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, did I kind of reach for him? Sure, but you know, what am I going to take instead? Like a running back that busts or potentially gets injured? Like, I'm just saying,
They
like,
could have had a running back cover for the running backs that did bust and get injured.
okay, but I drafted Gio as a handcuff to Mixon. I ended up starting Melvin Gordon and Jeff Wilson Jr. in the finals. I had Gaskin all season. That was a great pickup. The point is, I feel like you can find those kind of replacements, but with Mahomes, you just literally know you're getting like the best quarterback in the league, no questions asked.
Oh, sure. I'm just saying like replacement level.
I know.
Replacement value. Yeah. That's fine.
I
There's
never
an
got 8 points in the quarterback column because I had to start Jared Goff one week, and it was one of the weeks where his brain turned off and he threw like 4 interceptions. You know what I mean? Like that's never.
no. There's an intangible advantage to having like the set it and forget it.
And I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's 3 for 3. Like it's tough to. I don't know.
What if it's not next year? What if Mahomes' team?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, obviously there's some constraints with that, right? Because obviously if you take Mahomes overall, that wouldn't be good. But all I'm saying is 29th was good enough. He was basically my first pick because Saquon and Joe Mixon got injured at 29, and I was still able to win the league. So I don't know.
But I mean, also fantasy football is like 85% luck.
Yeah, I hate when people say that. If it's 85% luck, explain to me how I've managed to win the league 3 out of 4 years.
15%. Okay, should I not say 85? Let's say like 75. I mean, I've had plenty of leagues where, the best team did not win. I think if there's a lot of luck that goes into it. Like let's say, okay, so this past week was the fantasy football championship weekend for a lot of leagues, right?
Yeah.
I would probably say that 100% of teams that had Alvin Kamara won.
Oh, interesting, because I would have beaten the Camara owner this week. So
would you? Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, fine, 99.
99.
For 99, sure. But then also a lot of those teams, a lot of Kamara, but then like you said, a lot of teams that had Kamara might not have made the playoffs or might not have made it past like the first round just because of injuries. I don't know. There's a lot of injuries and like you said, small sample size that like there's definitely a lot of luck. I haven't won enough for it to be more about skill than luck.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing.
Here's your proof.
Okay, look at a game like, I don't know, fucking anything. Monopoly, Risk, okay? Is there luck involved? Yeah.
Those games are also 85% luck. I mean, a lot of those games are luck.
But that's not true because, like, there are people who are better at it than other people. Like, if you and I just played Risk with a handful of other people who knew what they were doing,
okay,
dude, you would get...
I think Risk is different, but I think, like, Risk is different and Monopoly is kind of in the middle there, but, like, there's a difference between chess and fantasy football is what I'm getting at. That's all.
Sure. But I think people focus way too much on the luck. Just because luck exists in a situation doesn't mean you can't hedge and manage it, right? Like, that's kind of like saying, like, oh, why would I, like, invest in stocks? Like, it's all just luck anyway. I mean...
No. I guess maybe I phrased it wrong. I'm not using it as an excuse or anything. I'm just using it to maybe explain trends. I don't know. You definitely can skill your way through it, but I guess there's a limitation is what I'm getting. Like sometimes there's only so much you can do. I mean,
maybe, but I think people focus way too much on the
I don't think people
part of it as like an excuse, right? Like I'll never use that as like a John for, oh, I didn't do well because I got unlucky. Like, dude, my first 2 picks were Saquon and Mixon. I got unlucky. I didn't mope about it and say fantasy football is all just luck.
Yeah.
I figured out a way to win my league.
Yeah.
And I did make good picks with Diggs and Deontay Johnson. Also, interesting note, I just want to point out, my strategy this year was kind of just have a solid, consistent team and let everybody else fuck up. And it worked great. It worked awesome. I just had like a really solid team all year. I didn't put up crazy points, but I was really I was between like 120, 140 PPR like pretty much every week. Sometimes I popped off. I think I was under 120 like once. And I just let everybody else like lose and like not handle like COVID situations well and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Anyway, that's the episode. Tim, you want to close this out?
Yeah. Once again, I would like to plug Belle Delphine's OnlyFans, which if you haven't listened to the previous episode, you should, because this is the second best podcast on Pornhub, right after the XXX Experience.
This podcast is not on Pornhub. I will.
No, we're working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
sorry. Again, precognitive. You figured that out 2 weeks from now.
Oh, okay. Of course.
It is hosted on.
It gets
Pornhub.
picked up because Taco Bell is the common sponsor.
Yeah. Taco Bell. Eat ass and then blast ass. Taco Bell.
Dear God.